What's up, guys and girls? So the actor who plays Thor actually had some things to say about God of War Ragnarok and his involvement. Now I'm going to play you the clip and I'm going to react to it after. So here is what he had to say.
Finished up the second season of a show for Disney Plus called The Mysterious Benedict Society, which was fun. And then just the last little tiny bit of God of War for for Thor. Yeah.
You're Thor.
Yeah.
I mean, I always kind of thought of you as a god.
Yeah.
Since I've
You and me also. You and me
yeah,
also.
he's got the body, he's got the look, he's got the attitude. He likes to save people. He loves dogs. He's a god. He's a god. How did that happen?
They just offered it to me. The two creators of the show, of the video game. They came over to my house for like 5 hours, and they showed me all the artwork, and they described the story for the entire video game.
Yeah.
Which was super complex, and it was this rich tapestry of stuff, and I always like to do new things. So to do motion capture for a video game was a lot of fun. It was like there's a steep learning curve too, because it wasn't just normal motion capture where they like put you in a suit, with the balls on it and the dots on your face, but they would have these monitors up. You're in a room about this big, but there's monitors up everywhere because Thor is supposed to be like 7 foot something tall. So you could watch the animated version of yourself in real time in relation to other characters.
Oh, yeah.
So it was kind of like you had to make sure that what your performance, that the performance of your body was in keeping with what you wanted to do. So it was a little bit more like like using a marionette or something than it was acting.
Yeah.
So, but it was that's how.
That's cool. And it was like a blue room.
No, just a regular room.
room.
Yeah, they just have these cameras everywhere.
Right.
They have cameras on everybody. They have cameras in the ceiling, and everything but they can with the new CG engines, they can make it all pretty much real time. So
it renders like as you're moving,
Yeah.
so you can see yourself. Like,
Yeah.
did you make any obscene gestures?
Oh,
Like,
come on. That was the first thing. I was
Yeah.
like, let me just get this out of the way.
right. Like, whoa.
So that's pretty much what he had to say. He's still remaining tight-lipped, but just telling us his experiences, and I think that it's pretty cool, and there are 3 things that I want to talk about. First, he mentioned that he finished up his last scenes as Thor. Again, I think we all are pretty much in agreement that the game is basically complete, that they're in the phase of ironing out the bugs and just polishing up the game altogether. I think that this is once again putting it on the timeline of being released in 2022, but at this point, who knows? Another thing I want to mention is that he did say that 2 creators went to his home, and I think these 2 creators are, of course, Cory Barlog and Eric Williams. Cory Barlog did a lot of interviews with Christopher Judge when he was playing Kratos. We saw that in the Raising Kratos documentary, that those 2 seemed really, really close, and they did a bunch of things together as well. And Cory is the producer, I believe, on God of War Ragnarok, while Eric is the director, so it makes sense that these 2 would go to Ryan directly to pitch him this role. And another thing, and the final thing, is he did mention that this is a very complex but a very rich story, that the character Thor is very complex as well. This is what I like. I think what separates God of War 2018 more so than the past Greek games is that God of War 10 is very narrative heavy. They have bosses like Baldur who actually has trauma. They make him to an actual character, and I think Thor is going to go down this line. You've all watched my videos, you know my thoughts. I believe that Thor will be a very complex character as well. It just makes sense. This is where the future of God of War is heading, with these not just characters who are evil for the sake of being evil or evil for the sake of wanting power. These characters are complex, and I think that this really gets me more hyped for Thor. I will admit I am not a huge fan of Ryan Hurst, simply because I haven't watched a lot of his films or watched anything he was really in, or at least I'm aware that he was in. If you guys have suggestions on things I should watch that Ryan was a part of, then let me know in the comment section down below. I'll give you a heart, and then I'll come back to this video when I finish watching, and I'll comment on your comment and I'll express to you how I feel. And that's pretty much all I really have to talk about what he said. Again, he didn't say a whole lot. He said the process, how there's a bunch of cameras. He even mentioned that Thor is a very tall character. But, you know, I think that's things that's not really too crazy or important, and I really don't want to drag out the time of this video. But let me know what you all think about Ryan Hurst and what he had to say about Corey and Eric pretty much going to his home to pitch him the role, the fact that all of his scenes as Thor are now finished, and about Thor being a complex but a rich character. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I'm gonna be out of here. Thank you guys and girls for listening. Deuces.